What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol, back with another video today. I got something special for you guys. Something that was just dropped on Friday is here today on Monday, and super excited. Guys, we're talking about the none other than Spider-Man Anti-Ock. Look at this thing, it's freaking amazing. So shout out to Pop Collectibles. I got this from them. If you guys want one, they've got them in stock. Discount code Patrol if you want one. They got them there. And literally shipped it Friday, got it here today via FedEx. So good job FedEx this time. So I want to see what we can do with this thing. I'm super excited about this because I do like my Spidey figures. And stick around to the end of the video. Just wait. I have plans. Let's just roll the intro. All right, so let's take a look at this box. This thing, honestly, this box it's pretty nice. I kind of dig it. I love the yellow. I love the black. I think it looks great together. Obviously, just like the figure itself. And we got this nice little pattern going on here, kind of like a carbon fiber weave going on right there. It's pretty nice. We got Spider-Man. We got some webs going on there, and 6-scale figure. It's, you know, it's a thing. It's okay. But this is obviously going to be the deluxe. There's your Spider-Man Anti-Ock suit, VGM 045. And it does have a nice little spider thing on the sides and Spider-Man on the top and the bottom. And it does have this little magnetic clasp, which obviously I've taken the figure out already, but check that out. That's a nice box art right there. So it says, we did the impossible, Doc, but now I have to destroy it with a little creation of my own. So pretty cool right there. Obviously, Spider-Man's got to fight Doc Ock at the end of the, you know, the big boss deal. And this suit is super helpful for that. So let's get this out of here. And let's take a look at the figure, which I actually have. Boom! We have a tray. Actually, we have two different trays. If I put trays right here, we've got the figure comes like this, and then we have some accessories, one of which is already broken. So, yay. That's cool. It's not a very big deal, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. But I'm going to go ahead and get all the accessories out. We got some eyes. We got some webs. We got a whole pile of hands, which are going to be pretty much the same hands we've seen 100 times. This right here, this is the question up for debate here is, do you get the deluxe or do you get for the regular? We're going to find out here right now. But let me get all this stuff out of here, and I will show you what's broken. All right, so we got everything out of the package, which actually comes with quite a lot. This is like, we're used to this stuff. Like this stuff over here, we've seen on every Spider-Man that they've pretty much released from the PS4 game, but we'll take a look at it anyways. For those of you who may not have seen this stuff before, we do get a pile of webs. Again, these are pretty much the same webs. You can use these. I don't tend to use these very often, but they have webs. This one right here, we get, I think, first introduced with the Scarlet Spider, I think was the first time we saw this web. It's got a little reach around deal going right there. That's pretty cool. And then we get this, which was done way better with the quarter scale Spider-Man they just released from Spider-Man Homecoming. That was way better done on that one. We do have a grabber, waist grabber. We've seen that before, and a dynamic flight stand, which we have seen plenty of other times. Nothing really exciting there. There are some cool pieces though. These eyes, obviously, they're going to be switch out eyes, and they got some really nice detail on those. You can see like the little hexagon pattern going on in there. Like they did a really good job with those. So we get 3 sets of eyes. Obviously going to get this one. You get a little smaller one right here, and we get the wide-eyed ones, which are on the figure, which generally I prefer the wide-eyed ones, but that's just me. We get a pair of switch out web shooters. And this is going to be kind of tough to really show off, being that they're all, you know, all dark colored. But there's some nice yellow going on here, some nice chrome metallic, almost a bronzy look going on with the web shooter right there. So that's really nice done. And it's labeled left and right. Look at that. There's the L. So you can't get that messed up unless you just, you know, don't pay attention. The hands, very nicely done as well. It's kind of like this glossy finish right here, and it translates into this matte finish. You can kind of see the way the light's bouncing off different. So that's nice. And on the inside, some nice stippling going on right there, and a little fingerprint, you know, to help them attach to buildings and whatnot. That's pretty nice. So we get a pile of hands. We get our normal wall crawling hands. We get our thwipping hands. We get web hands, and we get fist hands and relaxed hands actually already on the figure. So that's pretty cool. But then we do have the display base, which is switch out. So this is nice, right? So this looks like given an opportunity here, looks like we have this. We have these little attachments right here for these guys, and our flight stand we can put right there. But it looks like if you want to cover up the holes, you can do that. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think either option is good for me. I like both. Does have Anti-Ock suit right there. Not a whole lot going on with that, but that's really, it is what it is. This, however, this stuff over here, I think is super awesome. So check this out. These are little Doc Ock's arms, and I thought they would be like a more hard plastic, but they're really not. They're actually, there's some give in these. Maybe not this particular one, but they're not like a hard, rigid plastic. There's a, I don't know what they're made out of really, but you can see like the paint apps going on here with the light, the way the light's bouncing off of this thing looks very nice. These are, you can see them, they move, they flex. Rubbery, silicone, something, they're going on there. So they're not, you don't have to worry about, breaking those off so much for that purpose. However, in normal Hot Toys fashion, the glue sucks. So I actually have one right here where the glue actually came off of this one. So don't be surprised if that happens. It's not broken. You literally can see where the glue goes in. Let me figure out where this goes. This one goes right here. And it just literally goes boom right there, and you would just glue that back in. So not a big deal, but it's going to be frustrating for those who get upset at such things. So if you're a Hot Toy collector, you're used to them using crappy glue. So there's that. But this right here is freaking awesome. Again, these are somewhat malleable. You can, I wouldn't say you can pose them. I wouldn't go that far, but I don't think you got to be afraid of breaking them off unless you just flat out step on them or something. I think if it falls over, I don't think you're going to really hurt them. They're definitely soft enough to, take a fall. So, don't drop it, but there you go. So nice little gradient. We got this bright yellow going here, gradient back down to the black. Nice little eye going on right there. I mean, this is a scary piece. If you're a spider, that's pretty freaking, this is awesome. It's large. Like here's this particular one. There's the actual figure. It's a decent size. Like there's, it's a decent size accessory. So we get one like that that's more curved. We get this one right here that's obviously a little shorter, but paint apps are just as good. And then we get this guy right here, which kind of looks like it's going into the ground. So if we were to put these on the base, here we are. We can put this on here. We can just put this guy right here. They literally just peg right in. So I imagine really there's an actual place for these to go. But you can probably get away with putting them wherever the heck you want, depending on how you want yours to be displayed. I think you could probably get away with that. So it just depends on, how you want to do it. There is an actual way to do this, but, do it however you want. But you can do something like this, which is crazy cool. You can move them around. You can have all kinds of fun with them. And I think I like that part about it is that you can actually play, I guess, for lack of a better word. I like how this one looks like it's kind of going into the ground, and you got this guy up here. It's very, very cool. And based on the promo photos they did of this thing, like they use this base in almost every photo, which makes sense. But I think this is one of the key selling points of the actual figure. And I think what would be really cool though is if you want it in display purposes, and we might do this in the posing section, but you could actually have him just fighting one of these, and you don't have to have it on the base depending on your angle of display. You could have him just kind of messing around with one of these. So that's pretty freaking cool. That's cool. Like I would highly recommend getting the deluxe just for that. I think that's worth all the extra funds for that. But let's take a look at the figure itself. And as you can see right here, it's striking. The yellow is amazing, which makes me wonder why we didn't actually get a yellow jacket figure from the first Ant-Man film. That would have been amazing. But, we got this instead. So let's take a look at this sculpt. It is a rubbery material. Like this is, I was thinking it would be it's like the advanced suit material. It's very, very rubbery. You can feel like the foam or the padding going on in the abs. You can, it squishes a little bit. So it's very nice. I think it's probably going to hold out for a good while. And yes, it's going to crease if you pose it. That's going to happen. You guys know me. I don't really care, but some of you might. So I'm going to warn you on that one. But you can see the difference in textures going on with the matte finish going on here and the high gloss. This, if they had made this all one material and one texture, it would not be anywhere this cool. But this reminds me of like a biker suit. I mean, check out the yellow stripes, little inserts they've got going on here. And then the different texture here and the high gloss and in between each section. Like it's very, very, very cool. And it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, you know, I've been collecting quite a few Spider people over the past couple months, buying some back. I got the Advanced Suit Spider back. I just recently got the Scarlet Spider back. It's still in the box, which I will probably break it out for the end of this video. But I really do like the texturing. That yellow stripes goes all the way down that leg. Come on. That's a good looking figure. I like it. I love the little textures they've got going on the eyelets. Like that's nice. On the feet, for those wondering, does have some detail down on the feet. We got some toe articulation. That's cool. So we're gonna pose this guy. We're gonna have some fun. It does have ratcheted joints. You can hear that right there on the shoulders. This was interesting. I was kind of messing around with this. You can actually kind of almost force this shoulder up and in and get that a little tighter to the body. You can see like this one. You see how this one's closer to the body than this one. But if I push up and in, then it actually goes a little closer, which is very, very nice. The material, again, I think you're gonna have, if I put a double bend in there, it looks like somebody's in the suit. Like if you were actual in the suit and you bent your arm, the material would do that. Put on a shirt, try that, that's what it would do. So I don't really hate that at all. I think ab crunch is gonna be tough just based on what I'm feeling in here. It is ratcheted, so that's nice. But yeah, you're gonna get that. Like that's a little unsightly for the ab crunch. So you might not want to bend your Spider-Man that way because honestly, that's just weird. So yeah, there we go. Wait on some memes for that one. But ratcheted all over the place. Yeah. Double bend on the knee, no issues there. So really, really good job. So I think we should just have some fun, pose this guy up. Just some, final takeaways from this section of the video. Posing is not going to be a problem. You'll be able to do whatever the heck you want to do. I mean, if you want to twist him a good far, you're just going to be mindful. This is going to be tight. This rubber suit is tight. You do have some range of motion in there, but it's going to be tight. This is a UV reflective. This yellow stuff is UV reflective. I'm not going to break that out because it's not really all that important to me. But it does glow a little bit. Kind of like the Iron Spider armor, the Mark IV. That right there is, there's so much detail going on this thing, right? All these little yellow bits and then the tabs going down the side and then the different textures on the knees. And even on the shin armor, there's like, see all the yellow spots? Dude. I like this. Let's have some fun and pose it up. All right, so let's have some fun with this first pose. And I wanted to use the display base because obviously it's the deluxe. And that's the whole reason to get this thing. So I did it in a unconventional manner, if you would. If you see this guy kind of floating around here, you'll see as he spins around. I actually used the dynamic stand as a little bit of a bench, a support. And I've got the base actually turned backwards because I wanted him kind of like he's like diving away from the claws, the arms, the tentacles of Doc Ock. I wanted him kind of like going backwards and then shooting a web towards it. So that meant I had to use the display base, at least for this application for the video, in a manner like this. So we'll kind of zoom in there, kind of show you what I got going on. So there it is. I actually have him just resting on the display base. You can see the pole. And but you can see like the tentacles are freaking amazing. I think if you were to get this and not get the deluxe, I think you shorten yourself. I get the money savings and I can almost appreciate the space savings, but it really doesn't take up that much space compared to a normal base. I mean, you can look at it right there. It's not that much larger space-wise than just the regular hexagonal base. So I don't think there's really much to be going there. But you can have an amazing dynamic display just like this. And I'm not putting a whole lot of strain on the suit. I've got a double bend in the left knee. You could straighten that out if you want. And there's really not a whole lot of stress going on the suit at all. As you can see, he's just kind of sitting right there. But the yellow and the black and the Ock tentacles and it just looks awesome. I hope you guys like this pose. We're obviously going to break out some other spider figures and do something kind of ridiculous here shortly. But I like the suit. I like it because this one's going to stand out on the display base. I skipped the Spider-Man 29 for that exact reason. That particular suit, just every time I saw it, it was just boring. And if I get like a stupid deal on one, maybe I'll buy one just to have it. But as more, if you walk into a display, this yellow, this black, this contrast is going to grab your attention. And I quite like it. And I love that they've got like this extra leg down here at the bottom that's like going into the ground or the dirt or whatever you want to, the building, however you want to have this displayed. If you figured out a way to like wall mount this, that would be amazing as well. And yeah, maybe we'll make that happen at some point. But this right here is freaking cool. So hope you guys like this first pose. Yeah, look at that. Super cool. Super cool. So let's go ahead and break out another pose and see what we can come up with. All right, guys, Spidey's in a little bit of a pickle. He's in trouble. I figured I would use the tentacles, the arms, a little differently than they were intended to be used and have some fun with them. So I actually have them in the dynamic stand claw, the longer one, supported by that claw, and I've got this one kind of reaching over the top of our hero, kind of grabbing him by the neck, and you can see right there. So you don't always have to follow the instructions, just saying. You can have some super fun at times posing your figures and just do something different, you know. So let me zoom this thing out, give you guys an idea kind of what I got going on here. I do have the other arms down there just as they're intended to be used, and I use the dynamic flight stand to support the longer arm. And it was tricky to pose this. I'm not going to lie. This thing fell over like 15 times prior to finalizing this thing. But I think it looks pretty sick, honestly, to have that arm kind of reaching over his shoulder and literally just grabbing him by the neck. Like that's pretty awesome. So I'm having a lot of fun, and the yellow on the tips of the arms, dude, come on, that looks super cool. So I hope you guys like that one. I'm liking it quite a bit. It was extremely frustrating to make happen because honestly, he kept falling over. You can see I think I've got the legs in a pretty dynamic running pose, pushing off of that base, and it just took a minute. So I finally have him actually supported by that arm. The one that's actually grabbing him to choke is the one thing stopping him from falling over right now. So I hope that gives you some kind of indication of what I got going on. But there you go. I just decided to use that stand like that. If you had it on your display stand, I doubt anybody would freaking notice it, honestly. But as awesome as that is, yeah, I think it's time to break out some more Spidey figures. Come on. That looks awesome, right? I think so. So, yeah, let's go get some friends. All right, guys, so here we go. The last pose, and I brought out a few friends because of, Spider-Verse and all. So this took me like 45 minutes to set up, so I would really appreciate it if you commented down below, hit the like button, and let me know your thoughts on this because, it's a lot of work. So here's our Anti-Ock Spider. Looking all kinds of awesome. So I'm gonna get as wide on this as I possibly can because this is a pretty big setup. So I've got our good friend, the Advanced Suit Spidey, sitting back here in the back, looking all kinds of awesome, throwing up a peace sign, and just flipping over everybody. And then below him, I actually have our Iron Spider, which is looking pretty. I love that Iron Spider. It's like one of my favorite PS4 Iron or Spider-Man like they've ever made. I think it's so beautiful. And then I went ahead and threw in a little MCU action. So we've got the upgrade suit, which is one of my favorite figures of 2021 in here. Whoop, sorry. Back up. And that was a bad focus right there, right? So I've got our advanced suit right here. He is literally doing a little flippy flip move because that's what Spideys do. He's down here on one hand. So how about that? That's pretty amazing. And then right over here, Well, we got our Scarlet Spider who has decided it's a great time to take a selfie in the middle of all this chaos, which is something the Scarlet Spider, I think, would actually do. So we've got our homemade suit over here who is having a really difficult time with this Mysterio drone. And maybe because there's a passenger on top of the drone. So we got a little Groot back there. Way back in the back, and I can't see him from this. I do have the Stealth Spider, the Night Monkey back there. You can kind of see his eyes, but honestly, he's kind of buried back there. So probably could have done a better job with that. But they are being chased by our Green Goblin. So there we go. Our Green Goblin there, I think that's Toys R Us, right? That thing is, I'm sorry, The Fiend. Sorry. Licensing, The Fiend, which is a freaking brilliant figure, honestly. So if they give us more villains, we wouldn't have to go that route for our Spider-Verse. But there we are, guys. I hope you guys like that. That's kind of crazy. I will throw a photo of this on Instagram. I'll throw one in the Facebook group so it's like wide and you can kind of see everybody. But it is kind of, well, it's kind of ridiculous how much time that took to set up. So... And I didn't even break out the quarter scale Spidey. I think that would have been cool too. So if you want to see what I was talking about this Anti-Ock suit Spider standing out in the collection, there you go. You got a bunch of red, you got a gold, you got blue, you got black. That yellow, I mean, you can see it right there for your own eyes. It's going to pop off the shelf. And I'm a big fan of it, especially with being able to play around with those arms, just like I've got right here. I think that's super fun. And honestly, I still like the advanced suit. And but the recent reacquisition of the Scarlet Spider has got me just excited to do some more poses and have some fun with these figures. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Anti-Ock suit. Is this something you're going to be picking up? If you would like to pick one up, pick it up at Pop Collectibles. That's where I picked mine up. They've got a discount code Patrol in there. And you don't have to wait months and months and months for it to show up at Sideshow or wherever you happen to get it over here in the States. If you're overseas, probably going to save some money over there anyways. So definitely check that out. But I really dig it. I got to say this. I'm really digging this like one-handed pose of upgraded suit Spidey. And I've actually got it balanced. His leg's actually balanced on the Iron Spider leg. For those who are wondering how the heck I did that, I'm cheating, okay? His leg's literally balanced right there. But look at this. Come on, man. It's freaking brilliant. I think so. Guys, as always, click through the like. See you next time.